and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. Once again, top of the third here. CSP Wolfpack up 5-0 over Cassadaga Valley.
Yeah, and I think if I'm Gabe, I want to keep.
And that, I'm not exactly sure what all happened. I think that ball hopped off the plate,
it did,
which is
Brian.
actually in fair territory. Mike had just barehanded it and threw it down to first. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. We both had first and third charging on the potential bunt, and everything went according to plan. Moved Trent over.
Yeah, hit the plate, bounced up. Hit the plate, bounced up, and
just a belt high.
The Cassadaga Valley coach wants a little bit of an explanation. I don't believe he liked what he heard, but we're moving on.
We're moving on here, so that's going to be a put out, 2-3. Now we're going to Mason Rhodes, number 8, is up to bat, the 8th batter. We'll try and stay out of the wind for you if we can. That's going to be ball low. 1 ball, 0 strikes.
And you can kind of tell, you're not going to be able to tell on the screen, but you can tell in person that CSP right now shaded very much to the right.
To the right, yeah.
Austin White is pretty close to being right behind second base, just because of how hard Gabe is throwing it, and just recorded another strikeout.
Strikeout swinging, yep. So that retires Mason Rhodes and gives Gabe Roth his 6th strikeout of the afternoon. And now Logan
Howard, I believe.
Howard. Can't even read my own writing here. Sorry. Logan Howard comes up.
Nope, I'm sorry, Brian. Logan Hayward.
And I think that they also listened to us a little bit after last night, Kyle, because the infield's actually playing in. They're not even with the bag, but they're certainly a lot closer than they were last night.
Yes, they are. I'm sure it was
infielders.
nothing to do with what we were saying, but I'm glad to see it.
Yeah. Called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Logan Hayward. Gabe Roth's just dealing here. He's just
he's in a groove.
He's in a groove.
Just in a groove.
That fastball is moving. This curveball is raking the way he wants it to, and just really hasn't been under too much pressure yet. There's a curveball that was just a little high according to the home plate ump. Gabe was halfway to the dugout thinking that one was going to be strike 3.
I think it may have fooled the umpire.
And that one's going to be down swinging, so that's going to be the 8th strikeout of the night for Gabe, and that's going to bring us to the middle part of the 3rd inning here. Just like that, pretty fast-moving game.
With this weather, that's good, Brian.
Yeah, my fingers still have a chance to be able to be felt later. I haven't broke out the gloves yet, but we're getting close. We got a lot of blankets and sweatshirts and hoodies over here to our left. I even see a wool hat on the Arkmeister over there, so you know it's cold. This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Arlene's Dutch Kitchen Restaurant and Becky's Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. Arlene's offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Becky's Bakery features Amish-style baked goods, 716-234-4002, or Arlene's Dutch Kitchen on Facebook. Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane sports stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 1-800-295-4282 or online at tripleemfg.com. So as we work our way to the home half of the 3rd inning here, Kyle, Well, first I want to give a shout out to the Sherman grounds crew here. This was kind of a late change here, and they got the field mowed, they got it lined, they got it raked, and it's actually in really good shape. So
it does looks really nice.
I don't know, Jared Obeck and Ray Spat had probably something to do with that over here, so shout out to those guys. And, I'm just glad we're getting baseball in on Sunday afternoon. I did not hold out a lot of hope we were going to play any baseball this week, and we're going to be 2 for 2, and we got a game scheduled for tomorrow night that is supposed to be in Clymer, and we'll see what the field looks like. There is some rain to our west, so I know our field can't handle too much more, so I guess stay tuned. We'll keep you up to date as we can on the location. You know, Mother Nature drives the bus here in these spring games. Got to be pretty flexible.
Yeah, that's right. And we're complaining about the wind and the cold, but it's not raining, and I think the temperature probably is above 45, which means in the springtime that's baseball weather.
Yeah, at least in Western New York.
And
And Trent with a big first pitch swing and a line drive to left field, so he's going to turn around on first, and that's going to be an opening hit for Trent Burchanowski. Hit by pitch in the first inning and a hard shot to left field for a single in the second, and Coach Joey Mastretta is making his way to the mound. It looks like we might be on our way to a pitching change as he waves his right hand in the air to pull the right fielder in.
A little bit of a rough outing for Mason Rhodes. He hung tough and threw some strikes. His CSP's hitting the ball, and
his defense, that might not be the only time this year. At CSP, we got some firepower.
Yep, that's right.
So anyway, as the new pitcher gets warmed up here, we'll do a couple more sponsor reads. Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack from Countertop Solutions. This broadcast on the Channel 98.9's Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Custom Shipping Products, located at 8661 Knowlton Road in Clymer. Custom Shipping Products is a provider of custom new and reconditioned pallets, crates, and boxes for shipping, warehousing, and packaging applications. Phone 716-355-4437. Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services on and off-road diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Our new pitcher this afternoon, Brian, is Logan Hayward. Comes in from right field. Looks to be. We don't have the class, the age or class of the Cassadaga Valley kids, but this kid looks like he might be a younger kid, that
freshman, sophomore-ish, probably something maybe
that they're trying to get some innings for.
Well, another sporting news from the big city to the north of us today. I see we got ourselves a wide receiver.
Yeah, I tell you, I don't know where.
Last night we were talking about they were all done. They didn't have much to do, and today they signed Stefan Diggs for $100 and some million for 4 years.
Got him locked up. It's a 4-year extension, so we got him locked up for six more years, which coincides with Josh Allen's deal. So they'll kind of go together, and I don't know, and we were talking about this off the air last night, that everybody worries about the salary cap. The people, who doesn't worry about the salary cap are the NFL teams.
Yeah, they don't care.
They seem to work their way around it.
All right, so what we got going here is Ian Dunwall's at the plate, took a ball outside. They got a little bit away from the catcher, and Trent took the opportunity to steal second off a little bit of a pass ball, I would call that, from the catcher. So now Trent stands on second base. Ian Dunwald is up 1 ball, no strikes with the new pitcher, Logan Hayward, coming in the game here. So Trent's on second. No outs here, top of the third inning. Another ball outside that gets a little bit away from the catcher, and Trent's safely into third base again. Nice throw there from the catcher.
We talked about this a little last night, but Trent's grown up around baseball, played baseball his entire life. Very smart player, very fast. We've seen that in the fall for the football team. And so anytime you can get him on base, he's gonna do his own thing. And he quickly went from first to third in 2 pitches.
It's kind of a weird combo a little bit. So he's all-star on the football team. He's a state qualifier on the wrestling team, and he's an all-star on the baseball team. So it gives you an idea what kind of athlete that Trent Burchanowski is.
And only a junior.
Correct. Called strike for Ian Dunewald. Two-two to Ian Dunewald. Trent Burchanowski on third base, trying to give the pitcher a little distraction. And there's a little nubber off of the bat of the end of the bat that's going to score Trent, and it's going to give Ian Dunewald a first single.
Yeah, and I think that's Ian's first RBI of the year.
I think that's correct. So that's going to push another run across the plate, and that makes the score 6-0 CSP over Cassadaga Valley in the bottom of the 3rd inning here. And that's going to bring Dylan Michaels to the plate with Ian Dunewald at first.
If it gives you any sense, Brian, that ball was hit and hit the ground and immediately stopped. They're now wiping mud off
it,
off the ball.
It's like a pitching wedge shot rather than
a
maybe even a sandwich.
All right, Ian's at first base with Blake at bat here.
And he's going to try and steal it. We got a throw from the catcher, and he's under it.
Yep.
That, we'll just say he's safe. Good slide, good throw, good transition there from the catcher. I thought he might have had him, but he was obviously under it. The umpire was right there on top of it. So they're going to give Ian Dunewald a stolen base, and we got a runner in scoring position again for Dylan Michaels.
Dylan grounded out his first. CSP tried to lay down a bunt and move the runner over. Bunt was unsuccessful, but the runner was able to.
Yeah, good heads up
to third.
Base running there by Ian. The catcher kind of fumbled a little bit, and he took that opportunity and got over to third base now. So good aggressive base running by all the CSP base runners here tonight. That's called strike. 2-2 to Dylan Michaels. Ball low and outside. I believe that makes the full count. I must have missed one in there. Now we're full. Sorry, folks. Counting was never my strongest suit, especially when I don't have a clicker.
It wasn't mine either.
You're CPA and I'm an MBA, so I don't know. We won't talk about the schools we went to. Hey, there's a shot to the second baseman that's going to be probably scored as an error. That was probably something he maybe should have come up with, but that was a line drive shot. It was right at him, and he kind of got tied up there. Couldn't figure out exactly what he wanted to do with his glove. But anyway, Dylan Michael ends up on first base, and that does score Ian Dunewald from third. So that pushes another run across the plate.
As much as I'd like to give Dylan a hit there, I think it probably was E4.
Yep. We'll take it.
Yep.
He's on base.
And I would imagine we'll stay aggressive here.
Yep. So that's going to be E4, and that's going to give Blake Copta a chance to come to the plate here. Chance to move the runners around again a little bit. Blake with a nice rip at it. It's going to follow that ball straight back.
Blake's 0 for 1, struck out in the second inning. Looking to get on the score sheet here.
cold temps have taken a little zip out of the crowd here a little bit. Last night there was a lot of chatter going on. And there was a pretty good crowd.
I will say, Brian, there's a pretty good crowd today for as cold as it is.
Traveling from as far away as Olean to come watch here. Ball outside, so that's going to be 2 balls and 1 strike to Blake. There's a called strike.
All right, now he's going to be swinging away here.
Yep. I think we can't put one in play here, Blake. Got a good swing, just hasn't been able to quite connect on it and get it in play. He's fouled a couple of them back last night and today. That's going to be ball low.
I think
now
full
we're going
count.
full
now,
count.
I think.
Yep. Man, I'm way off on these counts tonight. There's a little bit of a golf swing and got underneath it, and it's going to be the first baseman making a play on it, kind of a pop-up over to first base, and that's going to retire Blake, first out of the inning.
That was first baseman Kyle Ingersoll. Nice play.
Yep.
Nice play for him. That's no pop-ups or routine today with the wind that we have. It's
once in a while in that first base position, especially here in Sherman, you do look straight west into that sun. That doesn't seem to be the problem that it's cloudy here today, but the wind is definitely an issue. So that's going to bring Austin White back up top of the order here for the CSP. And it's going to be a called first strike for Austin. Dylan Michaels over at first base, waiting for Austin to drive him around. The left-handed Austin, if he can pull one down the line, Dylan's fast enough, he might be able to get around the corner from third or from first. Gonna be ball 2 outside, or ball 1, 1-1.
Austin singled his last time at bat.
And that's going to put Dylan in motion, and that's going to be a nice hit by Austin in front of the left fielder. And Dylan was on the move. They had a little hit and run going again there. And Dylan does stop at second base, so that's going to give us first and second with 1 out here in the bottom half of the third.
Yeah,
nice piece of hitting.
Dylan had to.
He had to kind of wait.
Yeah, he had to. It was the hit was high, just high enough that made it look as though maybe the left fielder could run up underneath it, but that's what kind of delayed him probably from getting to third.
So this brings up Bryce Hinsdale, another left-hander. Is going to take ball 1 high. First and second, 1 out. 2 runs across in the home half of the third inning here.
Yeah, 7-0 CSP.
There's a good hit. That's trying to make its way back fair again. That was kind of the inside-out thing. The wind was helping to push it back fair, but it does end in foul territory. So that's going to put Bryce behind 1 ball, 2 strikes, I believe.
That had an odd sound to it, almost like it went off the end of his bat.
Yeah, and it did. It curved. It's got, like, he pulled it, but then the wind and the curvature of the spin on the ball, it did try to work its way back to fair territory. All right.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Bryce.
Ball up. 2-2.
That one was one that with 2 strikes. I'm not sure you want to be consistently looking at that one go by.
Pitcher was thinking that one looked pretty good. He kind of gave a stare down into the ump. There's a pretty well hit ball to second base, and that's going to be misplayed by the second baseman. Everybody's going to be safe. That one probably prodded a little bit of the grass on the infield here. Just kind of took a weird bounce. So that's going to load the bases up. Good hit, putting it in play for Bryce. And that's going to bring up Gabe Roth. Bases loaded for Gabe. One down. Fastball, low and outside. 1-0 strikes.
If I'm Cassadaga Valley, this is the last guy that I want to see up at bat. But
he might not get a lot to look at here. Either way, even the bases are loaded. Gabe turns on one. It's going to be foul ball, just foul, according to home plate umpire. Gabe tried to tuck that one in down the line and just about made it work. That couldn't have been foul by more than a foot.
And with bases loaded here, contact to the bat, particularly on the ground, runners are all going, moving, and then each position, each base is going to have a little bit of a different responsibility with the ball in the air. So, for example, if I'm Dylan, I'm tagging up.
Ooh, called strike there. Okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gabe Roth on a called strike on the inside part of the plate. Gabe kind of almost turned away from that thing. So now he's got to protect. That's going to be ball low. Good stop by the catcher there. 2-2 to Gabe Roth.
1 out here in the bottom of the third.
Another ball low. That's going to be a full count to Gabe. Once again, CSP up 7-0 over Cassadaga Valley. Home half of the third inning here. Bases are loaded. 1 out. Gabe Roth up at the bat. Kind of a chance to break this thing open a little bit, Kyle.
Yeah, and I got to think.
It's going to be a ball 4. He's going to walk one in. It's going to get Gabe an RBI.
I was just about to say, I think he's going to put one right over the middle of the plate, but and it doesn't get any easier with Micah up now.
So left-handed Micah Willink up, 1 down, bases loaded. Now the score is 8-0. Micah hits kind of a, they're going to fumble at the exchange between the second baseman and the shortstop. That's going to be an E4, and but it is going to score a run. And 2 runs, excuse me. Yep. And it's going to put Micah on first and Gabe on third. Kind of the same ball that he had an error on in the other inning. It was hit at him, but not real fast, and that grass kind of just gobbled him up.
Yep.
That brings Curtis Olson to the plate. Micah's going to go to second, and they're going to throw to third, trying to see if Gabe was awake. And they had a little play on there. Gabe did a nice job getting back, so that's going to leave second and third now with 1 out.
Base hit, more than likely scores 2 here, Brian.
Yep. Big Curtis Olson at the plate. Curtis got hit by a pitch in his first at bat. Going to be outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
I don't know. I didn't notice it last night. Curtis has a tendency, or looks like he stands more towards the front of the box, batter's box.
That was going to be a hit to right field. It's going to be a little bit of trouble. And the right fielder fields it, but not before it's going to score Gabe, and they're going to hold Micah at third base. Everybody kind of had to hold up once again. We weren't sure if there was going to be a play made on that, but it dropped about 5 feet in front of the right fielder and actually kind of buried in the outfield out there. It's got to be a little soft. So that is going to go for a single for Curtis Olson. Moves Micah over to third.
And now batted around here in the bottom half of the third.
And that's going to bring Trent Burchanowski back up with one down. First and third, one down. Ball high to Trent. You got to just go over in the fourth, and then you just keep bumping. We're working our way through some logistical issues here again. And there's a hot shot to third base. That's actually going to double it up. Third baseman made a nice play. Yep. Kind of had Micah no man's land there. That was a well-hit ball. And third baseman over there.
Owen Myers with a nice play.
Nice play over there. Real nice play. So that doubled them up, and that gets them out of the inning. And not before the Wolfpack scores 6 runs, though. And that's going to make the score 11-0 after 3 here in Sherman. Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned, Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off- and on-road diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support. Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance, with offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance agency service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack from this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and PA since 1957. Coverage of CSP Wolfpack Baseball play-by-play is provided in part by Damon Energy. Since 2019, Damon Energy has been serving southwestern New York and northwestern PA with energy solutions for your residential and business needs. The Power Perks Rewards program, as well as the Free Energy program, are available for both electricity and natural gas. More info at damonenergy.com or phone Craig at 716-490-7694. Best of luck to the Wolfpack from Damon Energy. And again, we thank you to the sponsors for making this all happen.
As you mentioned earlier, Brian, we got the game tonight, and then we're scheduled to host Southwestern tomorrow night. So nice little rematch from last night's game tomorrow night, and then the kids are off for a week on break, and we come back hopefully to nicer, warmer weather, and really kick off the year.
Yeah, I was looking ahead. We got a couple games Monday, Friday, the first 2 weeks after we're back, I believe is what I saw. So kind of a little bit more on the normal routine. But, of course, Mother Nature still dictates how this thing all is going to shape up. And anybody that's been looking, too, sometimes these games on the weekdays are scheduled for 4:30 and some for 5. Looks like a majority of these things are going to be a 5 o'clock start due to transportation. Can't get all the kids to where they need to be at the time they need to be there before 5 o'clock. So just anticipate 5 o'clock starts on these games. So this is going to be the top of the order in the top of the 4th inning. Braden LeBaron for Cassadaga Valley, and Gabe Roth dealing once again. First strike across the plate, called strike.
And again, through 3 innings, Gabe's faced the minimum with
seven
strikeouts.
Yeah, it's
pretty efficient.
That's pretty efficient. He's kind of making it look easy out there tonight. This is a good showing for him. Kept him out of the game last night, knowing this is going to be a elite game for us. And there's a fastball down the middle. That's going to be called strike 2.
Well, and it's so much easier from a coaching staff standpoint. I would imagine that you've got a true horse, and really, I thought Curtis pitched really well last night,
yep.
and probably could have kept him going. I think he pitched 2 innings last night, 2 scoreless innings, And so it's really, from a coaching staff standpoint, it's nice to have that, strong pitchers at the top of the order. We know Austin White's a really good pitcher. We have not seen him. I would imagine we'll see him either some point tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if it might be see maybe Austin for 15, 20 pitches tonight. Maybe they come back with Gabe to start tomorrow. That's going to be a base on balls for Gabe. He worked the count. He was up 2-0, and then the batter, Braden LeBaron, did a nice job of working that count and got himself a walk out of it. So first base runner for Cassadaga Valley tonight. That's going to be a strike, called strike.
And this early in the year, Brian, having a base runner, not an awful thing. Gets us into some situational baseball. Don't want to do that.
Yeah, that wasn't the situation we were looking for. As Gabe throws it at first base, and there's looks like he threw it quite a ways to the inside of the plate. Just wasn't his best throw over there, and Bryce had to chase it almost to the crick here in Sherman. So that's going to advance the runner on the throw to first. So now we got a runner in scoring position. No outs. And that's going to be a foul tip, and that got Micah.
Those hurt when it's warm.
Yeah.
They hurt even worse when it's cold.
It got him right in the, looked like he was kind of in the neck area almost.
Yeah, I think
it got him underneath the helmet and above the pad.
Yeah. He's tough like his mother, so he's fine.
Probably a good thing. I would have been laying on the ground still.
You would have been on the, you and me both, we would have been on the ground rolling around.
Yeah. So that's a strikeout. After all that, struck out swinging for Hunter Johnson. That gives Gabe another strikeout for the inning. One down here in the top of the fourth inning. That's going to bring up Garrett Williams for Cassadaga Valley. Big number 6 for them. It's going to be a strike. Gabe up 0-1. Brandon's still sideways. Still sideways.
No, she said it's good.
Better now? All right. Austin trying to play a little cat and mouse. This could be, nope, okay. Austin with a good play over to first. Good scoop. Bryce over there, and that's going to be recorded out at first base on a nice hit. Nice play by Austin and Bryce. Bryce did a nice job scooping that and stretching for all his 5'10" to get it into the glove before the runner crossed the base. So it's going to be 2 down here. Runner does advance to third on that, but that was a really nice play for Austin and Bryce.
Yes, it was. Because that was such a slow roller, Austin had to attack that and then almost had to throw kind of on the run.
Yep.
And
was not an easy play for anybody.
Nope,
everybody did good. Good play, good stop, good throw, good catch. So that's going to be the second out of the inning. Like we said, it does move Braden LeBaron over to third base, and that's going to bring up number 4, Kyle Ingersoll. Good pitch by Gabe there, right in the pipe. Fastball down the middle.
Yeah, I'd stick with that fastball.
And they haven't had good success hitting that tonight yet. Yeah,
they haven't had much success hitting anything, to be honest with you. And that's
the one
nothing.
Base runner was a base on. That's nothing against Cassadaga. That's Gabe.
That's a testament to Gabe and his performance tonight.
That's going to be another ball to Austin. This one's a little easier to play. And again, they got a good throw, a good stop, good catch. Pretty efficient inning there. Austin White and Bryce Hinsdale making it look easy. So that's going to end the Cassadaga Valley rally, and it's going to leave the score 11-0 in the bottom half of the fourth coming up. Good play out there.
Yeah, it was. That was good play.
Kudos to Gabe. They're not getting real good lumber on the ball, but that's actually making it a little more difficult because they're having to charge everything. This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Arlene's Dutch Kitchen Restaurant and Becky's Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. Arlene's offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Becky's Bakery features Amish-style baked goods. 716-234-4002 or Arlene's Dutch Kitchen on Facebook. Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil And Propane sports stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 1-800-295-4282 or online at tripleemfg.com. Support for Wolfpack Baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 sports stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack from Countertop Solutions.
We have a new pitcher in the game for Cassadaga Valley's number 20, Paul Kelleher. And he, just like the other pitcher, looks like he may be a young kid. This entire roster for Cassadaga Valley looks to be young.
I'll tell you, over the years, Cassadaga Valley has had some phenomenal baseball over there. Joey Mistretta has been a coach over there for a long, long time, and they've pushed a lot of talent through that organization over the years. So maybe a little bit of a rebuilding year this year for the Cassadaga guys, but I'm sure they're going to be able to put it back together here in years to come. As the clouds are starting to thicken a little bit, and it's kind of getting on toward 6 o'clock here in the east, and the temperature continues to drop a little bit.
Yeah, I think based on the weather forecast this morning, Brian, I think we should be able to get the game in. I think there's rain coming later tonight.
Yeah, I saw something good till 7, so we got an hour, and this bottom half of the fourth. So I think if everything holds true, I think they got to play through 5, and then I think the 10-run rule comes into play. We have played games, hustling around with minimal time between innings and pitches, trying to get ahead of the rain in prior years. So nothing new.
No. And I think in Major League Baseball, Brian, I think is today opening day.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Today or tomorrow?
I think
it's sometime soon here.
Big boys start today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I believe, 7.
Tomorrow? Tomorrow.
All right, Tate Catney's getting in at bat.
All right. Tate Catney's, freshman out of Panama. Let's see if we can get a hit for Tate. That one's over his head behind the screen to the screen, so that's going to be ball 1.
Similar to
These are the first 4 batters this inning.
Tate's going to take one, strike one, down right at the knees. Even the count up, 1-1 for Tate.
Similar to Trent, Tate's been around baseball a long time, grown up playing travel baseball, very smart, heady baseball player. And
I'd like to get him on the base pass. He's
got some wheels.
He's got wheels, is correct.
He's got some wheels. And for any CSP football fans out there, you're going to see those wheels in the fall.
And there is a deep fly ball right over the center fielder's head, and that's going to be almost to the snack shack. So Tate Catney's is going to have a stand-up double for his first hit as a varsity player.
Good hit by Tate there.
Nice hit. That thing was well hit, and it caught the jet stream and just made it that much better, and sent all the Cassadaga Valley outfielders flying, and he hit it perfect right between the left fielder and the center fielder. So he turned on that.
Yes, he did. Got a high pitch, letter high, and drove it. This next at bat is Drake DiDomenico.
Okay. And another ball behind the batter going to the screen, and that's going to advance Tate over to third base. Drake DiDomenico, another of the athletes that plays multiple sports here and does them both very, very well.
Yeah, I think Drake is a junior from Panama.
Kind of a, swing there out of Drake. Kind of got him flustered a little bit on that one. They're going to bring it up as a swing. So that's going to, 1 ball and 2 strikes for Drake, I believe. That's a ball in the dirt, and that's going to send Catney's racing toward home, and they're going to throw it, but that's going to have Tate score easily on a stand-up on a pass ball.
That is no problem for Tate with that speed.
Leaves 2 balls and 1 strike for Drake DiDomenico at the plate. Bases are cleared at this point. That does make the score 12-0 CSP over Cassadaga Valley in the home half of the 4th inning here. Drake with a good swing, another hit to the second baseman, and this one he fields a little better, but he's got a high throw to first. So that's going to be another probably E4, but that's going to leave Drake DiDomenico on first base.
Yeah, and we were talking about this yesterday. You know, at this level, little league level, doesn't really matter. You just want to put the ball in play.
Yep.
Put the ball in play and let the defense let the defense make a play. Most of the time, a large percentage of the time, there's going to be something that happens just like that. So we have Ashton Munson up to bat now.
And Ashton Munson gets a good hit out of it to the right fielder. He's charging. It's going to fall. Kind of in no man's land there. And once again, the wind helped him out. But that was another well-hit ball here. So the CSP bats came to play today. And that hit is going to move Drake DiDomenico to second base. Ashton Munson will be on first. And we got no outs here in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
Tate Newman up to bat.
So is Austin White out of the game then? I would imagine. Probably the cue that he's going to be pitching tomorrow night, I would think.
Yeah.
Good stop there.
Tate Newman's a freshman or a junior out of Panama. Long line of Newman boys to go through Panama.
Yep. Certainly miss seeing his dad around here.
Yeah, Scott.
Tate takes 1 strike.
Runners on first and second. A base hit here probably scores 1.
Good swing by Tate. Ball gets away from the catcher, so that's going to advance the runners. So that's going to put runners on second and third, once again with no out. Now that run or that hit could potentially score 2.
Yes, it could.
It's going to be a called third strike on Tate Newman. That's going to be the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring Colin Sturgis up to the plate. Yeah, I think it's 10 after 5.
I think this is Colin's first at bat of the year.
And he was looking that one over.
Yes, he did. He wanted
did a
that
nice job of hanging onto that one because that was a called ball. Colin had big eyeballs on that one. He was thinking about parking that one up on the road, I think. Big kid here, Colin Sturgis.
Is there 10 run, 12 run, 15? What is it?
It's 10 after 5, I think. Ball 2 on the inside corner.
CSP getting some other kids at some other bats here is good.
Good swing there by Colin.
Bottom of the fourth, 12-0 CSP here in Sherman.
And another swing. That's going to be 2 strikes on Colin. Keep his head nice and still in there, Colin. Colin, another kid that's played a lot of baseball over the years, Sarah. Not so much on the travel side, but he's been involved with a lot of different stuff over the years, and that's going to be a called third strike by the home plate umpire, and that's going to bring up number 19. Hold on. Skylar Burke. Thank you. So that's going to be a replacement for Gabe Roth. It's going to be batting for Gabe is Skylar Burke, big number 19. 2 down here, bottom of the 4th.
We have some size on this team, that's for sure.
We surely do.
If we turned any of the baseball teams into football teams, I like our chances.
Skylar Burke, that bat looks like a toothpick in his hands. Holy smokes, he's a big kid.
And I don't know, Skylar, is he a climber or Sherman student?
Yep, he's a climber kid. Plays all the sports, football, baseball, basketball, and he probably doesn't get as much time as maybe some other kids, but man, he's got a great attitude.
That's good.
He's been over to some team events at our house, and he's always walking around with a smile and thank you and please and, just everything you'd want out of a kid. Called strike at the knees.
Oh, and 2, I think, here, Brian, right?
Yep, I believe so. Skylar gets the bat on the ball. It's going to be a foul over the right-hand side of the infield here, and it's going to be out of play.
I had a spectator drop the ball.
Yeah,
tried to make a barehanded catch.
Yeah,
thought he could get on ESPN.
At least it didn't hit him in the nose like it might have been me if I'd have tried to do that. There's a good-looking swing. That's foul off his shin, I think.
Making good contact.
Sure is.
And he's up there hacking away, which is what you want to do.
He is getting his money's worth. Like I said, he's a big kid. That bat looks like a toothpick in his hands. So he gets some bat speed generated. Just straighten it out just a little bit here. Get himself a couple of RBIs. Ball inside. Two down, 2 on, 2-2. Skylar Burke with a rip down the right-hand line, and the right fielder makes a nice play just as he's heading out of the foul line, on the foul line. And that's going to retire the side for the Wolfpack. Got 1 run on 2 hits, and that's going to be the end of the 4th inning here.
The score, CSP 12. CSP 12 and Cassadaga Valley nothing.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned, Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services, on and off-road diesel fuel services are also offered. Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support. This broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Custom Shipping Products located at 8661 Knowlton Road in Clymer. Custom Shipping Products is a provider of custom new and reconditioned pallets, crates, and boxes for shipping, warehousing, and packaging applications. Phone 716-355-4437. So it looks like they just batted for Gabe. He's going to stay in the game to try and finish things off on the mound here, as long as he's doing such a good job so far.
Yeah, it looks to me, Brian, just early observation is that we substituted batters and are leaving the
fielders.
The fielders, yep.
That is kind of what it looks like, isn't it? Yep. And that's kind of the luxury of the high school sports arena here. You know, the rules are kind of shaped to make sure kids get in one way or another, and you can swap out hitters for fielders and do some things that, you know, the guys you watch on MLB just don't get a chance to do. So that's good.
Yep.
More for my Pittsburgh Pirates. We'll take all the help we can get down there.
Yeah,
I'm afraid that the new collective bargaining agreement is not going to be a friend of the Pirates.
No, and it's such a beautiful stadium too. It's like one of the one of the nicest stadiums in Major League Baseball, and they just have such a poorly run franchise.
I think if they put any type of a team out there, they've showed they'd support it wholeheartedly. But man, I feel bad for the Pirates baseball fans, and I feel bad for the Sabres hockey fans. At least the Sabres had a little something to show for it here recently. But
yeah, the Sabres are playing well. They won last night against Carolina 4-2, and Carolina's one of the top teams in the league.
All right, we're back at it here, and this is going to be a substitute for Cassadaga Valley. I had number 12 being the next batter up. This is number 3. I'm not sure who this is. We didn't get a full roster. We got the starters, Cassadaga Valley, but number 3 is going to be on 0-2, and Gabe Ross still dealing here on the mound for the Wolfpack. And 3 pitches and 3 strikes. Last one being a swinging strike, so that's going to retire number 3. Give Gabe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. His 9th strikeout of the night.
Yeah, through 4 1/3, Gabe's allowed 1 base runner.
Yeah. So this is another substitute, number 14 in for Cassadaga Valley, and we'll see what he can come up with. That's going to be another swing and a miss. Gabe and Micah pretty much working the center part of the plate here pretty much. A pretty steady diet of fastballs at this point.
They're probably cold and hungry.
I think hungry is the status no matter what. It's the cold probably is.
Maybe that's us.
That's us, yeah. Last night we had a little dinner brought to us.
Yeah, we did have some food brought to us last night.
A little tardy tonight.
You'd think one of our wives would maybe have packed us a
all
dinner
the
or
stuff
something.
that we do. I mean, geez, they're sitting right here. What the heck? We're trying. Got us on the radio. You get us full blast now. That's going to be a swing and a miss. 2-2 to number 14 for Cassadaga, and Gabe Roth continuing to be pretty efficient out on the mound here tonight. Ball inside. It's going to be full count.
And games like these, Brian, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, anytime you're later in a game and you've got a big lead, one thing you do not want to do is develop bad habits. And, we don't want we've done a nice job through a game and a half now of no errors, staying pretty clean. We want to continue to do that.
Foul tip.
And that really goes for Gabe and Micah too, as they're working together. Gabe doesn't want to do things that are not, custom for him, or that are out of the ordinary. It can create some bad habits.
In fact, last night when Micah got home after last night's game, we were talking a little bit about the way that they pitched that last batter, and that's going to be a ball. That last inning when they were trying to really work around the bottom half of the Southwestern lineup last night, and inside outside they didn't give the big shortstop a chance to get another home run, and they really worked. I thought really well.
Yep.
It communicated real well, and didn't get flustered at all when things might have not been going their way a couple times. So, all right, so that's going to be a called strike. And this is number 7, another substitution for Cassadaga. And
be interesting.
Sorry, I wished we had a roster here. We try to get that, and it don't always happen. Another swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss for third.
Yep, third strike.
Third strike.
That's going to be the
that kid
second
wasn't going to
nominee.
be cheated.
No, he got his money's
went
worth
up there and hacked away.
This is going to be another substitution, number 5 for Cassadaga. And he gets a bat on the ball, and it's going to follow straight back into the weeds here. 0-1. 2 down here, top half of the 5th inning.
12-0 CSP. Looking to go 2-0 on the early part of the year.
There's a well-hit ball. Not right at Trent. He had to move.
That was a good play by Trent.
Yep, had to go to his left and made the good exchange out of his glove over to Bryce Hinsdale, and they put away the side there. So, good play. Pretty hard hit ball.
Yeah, we didn't really, that was a sort of a big deal, Brian, because not a perfect game, but I believe
pretty close. I think
no hitter.
No hitter. Yeah, there was no hitter.
For sure.
Yep.
So that was a nice play by Trent.
And that brings us to the bottom half of the 5th, and the mercy rule has been enacted with the 2 teams. And so while they're shaking hands, we'll give a chance to kind of give a quick one more shout out to Lictus Oil and Propane. Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane and Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services, on and off-road diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support. So, good win for the Wolfpack, go 2-0, and really good outing for Gabe Roth out there. And we got the bats going too from a bunch of different kids, and good league win. So,
yeah, it was. I agree, Brian. We were able to get. I think everybody pretty much got an at bat, and we were able to. get some at bats, get some hits, get some base runners, and then on the defensive side, I thought Gabe was fantastic tonight.
Yep.
Very in control. Him and Micah worked really well together. Was in control of his pitches. You saw very, very few pass balls from Gabe, which typically if he's on his game, that's he's finding the glove. And it's a nice start to the year, 2-0, and we look to face a tough Southwestern team tomorrow night, over in Clymer or wherever, whether it's in Clymer or here.
Scheduled for Clymer, 5 o'clock first pitch or somewhere thereabouts. We'll try to be on the air a little before then, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. But we mentioned his name all night. The player of the game, Gabe Roth, almost with a perfect game, and really trouble.
And not only did he pitch well, but he helped himself. Kicked off the inning with a home run, and then every time at bat, he made really good contact. I think he might have gone three for three tonight. And each ball was very pretty hard hit. So really overall good night for CSP. And again, it's all about stacking. You want to stack wins. You want to stack good games on top of each other. And again, tonight we were very clean in the field. Very few, if any, errors. And when the ball was hit, we did a really nice job of playing defense, which, again, I've said it before. At this level, that's extremely important.
Put the pressure on the defense. Yep. Well, that's going to do it from here. Thanks for listening, everybody. Sorry for the little technical glitches every once in a while. We'll keep working at it here, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. 5 o'clock is where it's scheduled for in Clymer. So, from
Thanks
Brian
for
Willink
listening.
and Kyle Hinsdale, have a good night. Thank you.